Okay, the story about J.R. Walter Hammonds, who was a Tree Top Piru. Well, this guy was kind of like one of them one percenters that you only come across in your career like one time, right? The guy that's not going to go back to jail no matter what. And this all started when he got arrested for killing a person at a gas station over on Rosecrans in their own neighborhood. He was closing up shop, and JR went in and he shot him and killed him, and he was going to trial on that case. So as he was going back and forth to court, there's a plate on the bottom of the bus that he got loose, he unscrewed it somehow, and he escaped out the bottom of a bus, right? And so where does he come? He comes back to Compton, of course, right back to the hood. We don't know any of this, though. Me and Tim don't know any of this yet. Apparently, he goes up into, I want to say, South Gate, I believe it was, and he does a carjacking and a shooting up there, and I believe it was South Gate, I'm not sure, but they start chasing this guy, JR, and all of a sudden he stops and he jumps out with a .45 caliber handgun and just turned with a two-hand stance, just starts busting rounds at these cops, and he takes off and he gets away. And cops weren't hit, nobody was hurt. We don't know this yet either, right? So we're in briefing one day, and they come running into the briefing. Our briefing started at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So we're sitting in briefing, ready to hit the streets. And they come running, hey, there's gunshot victims right out in front of the station. Come help, I need help. So we come running out there, and there's a guy drives up in a truck, and there's 2 people shot and killed, bleeding from the head. They're dead inside the car. And he's saying this guy was in the back of a little pickup truck with an AK-47, and he was chasing us down the street and shooting at us. And they were Crips. He was Bloods. It was just one of his, just going on a crime spree, right? So they're right in broad daylight down Compton Boulevard, a couple blocks from the police station. They're having this gun battle out in Compton Boulevard, and some lady was carrying groceries out to her car, and she gets hit and killed. So we have a dead person in the parking lot of this store, and we have 2 dead people in front. Still don't know it's JR at this time, right? That's all we know at this time. So nobody knows it's him. So that was a crazy night. A couple weeks go by, everything's calmed down, and me and Tim hit the streets. It was like 4:30, and we were driving down Magnolia over there. It's a couple blocks away from the police station, and we see this guy. He's by a red car, and there's a white girl in there, right? And when used to see white girls over there, it's a known drug area. They're usually buying drugs, right? So we just started our shift, and we go, no, I don't want to deal with this. So we kept driving. Drove around for a few minutes. Now we see the same red car that the female was in. She's not in it, and there's a male black in it, and it's JR, but we still don't know it's JR. It's JR, and we said to ourselves, hey, there were a lot of carjackings going on when these people used to come buy drugs, right? So we thought, maybe he carjacked this car, right? So we pull around, and Tim's driving, and I'm in the passenger seat, and we get behind the car, and it takes off. So the chase is on. He goes for like maybe a minute or 2, but he's hauling ass all over the streets in Tree Top area, and finally he gets out, and we're right on his ass. And he jumps out, and he starts running to the lawn. He runs on the lawn of this house, and this happened all the time in Compton. And I gotta admit, man, I was complacent, and so was Tim. Tim was sitting in his car, and I got out. I didn't have my gun out, and he runs on Tim's side of he's right on the front lawn, and he turns around, he has a .45, and he just starts emptying the clip on us. Like, and I'm on the other side of the car. I could feel the bullets going past my head. I swear to God. I hit the ground, and Tim's in the car, and he's going, "Oh shit!" Right? So he busts some rounds. So he takes off running. I jump out, bust some rounds. He hops over the fence. So we always used to have a plan of action when that happened. I would stay on the street, and the driver would go and try to cut the guy off on the next street, and we would call it in and try to contain the guy in between the houses so we can take him into custody. We never went and chased people through yards because it was too dangerous, right? And so we're calling out shots fired, so the whole department's rolling code 3 to our area. And it just so happens that when he gets to the next street, Tim's not there yet. There's one of his friends, because he lives in the neighborhood. He happened to be driving by, and he jumps in the car. And Tim's going like this. And so they pass each other, but he's ducking down. Tim doesn't see him. And he gets away for the moment, right? He takes him, and a witness sees him drop this guy off a couple blocks down the street. We get that information a little bit later, but they start cordoning off the area. And we're telling him, "Hey man, this guy's for real, dude. He really tried to kill us," right? And so we have a helicopter, and we're out there for hours. We're getting canines. We're ready to do a search, house-to-house search, ready to get this guy because we believe he's a couple blocks away. And so by this time it's dark out, and they got news cameras out there, and this news guy was talking to one of the people at the houses, and we could hear the helicopter a few blocks away, and it's hovering over a house, and all of a sudden we hear a bunch of shots being fired. And it's JR, and the helicopter lit him up on the side of the house, and he starts shooting at the helicopter. So he starts taking off running. So now he's running back towards our original scene where the shooting took place in the first place, and he's hopping fences, but we have cops on every street, right? So every time he jumps over the fence, there's a gun battle ensues. Shots fired, both, and you can hear the bullets going, and it's getting closer, coming back to our street that we're on. And we have like 4 or 5 cops there, the news, and everyone's there. And he keeps going, he's jumping yards. By this time, we didn't know it, but he's out of bullets. So they sick the canine on him, and the canine comes up to bite him, and he hits the canine over the head and cuts the canine's head open, and it lets go. And he jumps over the fence. Now he's on the same street we originally started, right? Still got the gun in his hand, but he's down the street away, so we're all running down, 5 of us cops. And he's running across the street with the gun in his hand, and we let off a barrage of fire, like 20 shots, right? And he goes down, and I'm going, "Oh shit, we got him, right? We got him, right?" The gun's laying in the street. And so we walk up to him, real slow. We're walking up to him, and he's shot 1 time in the leg. Right? We're going, are you serious? How lucky is that, right? Either we're the worst shots in the world, or he's the luckiest guy in the world. So we end up taking him into custody, and end up getting convicted on the murder and the shootings, attempted murder, and put him away. But he's like, it was just like one of the craziest nights you're ever gonna see. I mean, I'm sure every cop's got war stories, but this is like 1%er that you hope you never meet again, so.
Right. Wow. And what, did he got life in prison?
Oh yeah, he'd never get out either. So.